Now at 11, wildfire smoke is creating hazy skies and unhealthy air across western Washington as firefighters continue battling destructive fires burning across the state. An air quality alert is now in effect through Wednesday evening for much of the Puget Sound region. Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Preston Phillips. We have team coverage for you tonight. Jackie Kent is looking at the impact on local businesses and what a University of Washington professor says you can do to protect your health. Steve Solis brings us the latest on the arrest of the man investigators say started the devastating Spokane County wildfire. But we start with Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell with when the smoke will be at its worst and how long it's expected to last.
Yeah, Preston, unfortunately, it is going to get much worse around here as we slide into the next 24 hours. What was a high elevation haze today, smoke aloft in the upper atmosphere that we can see but not necessarily smell. It's all going to get pushed down to the surface in the next several days to come. And at the same time, it's going to get a lot hotter out there. Look at Leavenworth, or what we can see of it. It's extremely hazy right now in parts of eastern Washington and right against that slope of the Cascades as you're heading toward the crest. A lot of that smoke going to get pulled over to our side of the mountains as we head into tomorrow. You can see how it's been able to fill up the Columbia Basin. We have over a dozen fires right now burning across the state, and then several additional fires surrounding us in British Columbia, Idaho, and Oregon. But the big one putting out so much smoke continues to be the Kaiser Canyon fire. It's somewhat contained now at 130 to 140,000 acres, but it is a huge fire. And the Little Giant fire there in the central Cascades, that is the one that is really going to start to send smoke into western Washington tomorrow. You can see that's true here on the surface smoke forecast. A lot of that smoke from that fire getting pulled on northeasterly winds over into the Puget Sound Basin and then really getting shoved up on that western side of the sound around Hood Canal and on down along the I-5 corridor from Thurston County to the state line. You can see some slightly cleaner air still hanging out around the San Juans and the coastline, but boy, the central and the south end of the sound really going to see that air quality taking a plunge. As a result, an air quality alert is in place for much of the state, as it has been for the last couple of weeks, but now that is extending here to include much of the metro area of western Washington. So bottom line, hazy and smoky tomorrow, especially in the central and the south end of the Puget Sound Basin. And look at the heat climbing. Temperatures back into the 80s to the low 90s, and those high temperatures just getting started. Preston will talk more about the heat and the building smoke ahead in my next forecast.
All right, thanks, Shannon. The State Department of Ecology has issued an air quality alert due to the wildfire smoke. It's in effect through 5 p.m. Wednesday for King, Kitsap, Pier, Snohomish, and Thurston counties. Couples Jackie Kent live tonight in Seattle with the warning from health experts. Jackie?
And Preston, today I also spoke with businesses that are expected to feel the impacts. The owner of a kayak and bike rental shop tells me he's owned his business more than 20 years. He's no stranger to the impacts of wildfire smoke, and while he may lose business because of it, he says people's health is top of mind.
The view from a West Seattle fishing pier shows wildfires across the state have cast a wide haze over the city skyline.
I was worried about this smoke coming out of Canada, but it's really getting bad in eastern Washington.
The Puget Sound Clean Air Agency is forecasting that through the week, air quality will be considered unhealthy for sensitive groups.
It's a bit of an uncertain question for how much smoke will mix down into the surface. It would be a good idea to close your windows tonight.
This as devastating wildfires ravage Canada and parts of Washington, including the Spokane Complex fire that's burned hundreds of structures and forced tens of thousands of evacuations.
Are you worried about the air quality through the week?
Yes, we've been through this before, and the smokiness is you can taste it. It makes my throat sore, dry.
I've been thankful that we've had the onshore breezes, but we're just hoping for no wind and the firefighters to be safe out there.
Alki Kayak Tours owner Greg Whitaker says they'll keep an eye on conditions while making sure workers and customers stay healthy.
It is a really important time of year for the paddle sports industry to get people out here, so it's a bit of a challenge that we're going to face.
The next few days are going to be the worst in Seattle.
UW professor of environmental chemistry Dan Jaffe explains people with health concerns and pre-existing conditions should reduce exposure by limiting time outside.
What should people do to prepare?
You need to have air filtration inside your home. If it gets into the orange or the red, I definitely encourage people to wear N95s if they're outside for more than 10 or 15 minutes.
And as of now, the Department of Ecology expects cleaner air by Friday with help of onshore winds. Be sure to check with your local fire departments or health departments for clean air shelters if needed. For now, live in Seattle, Jackie Kent, KOMO News.
All right, thanks, Jackie. And that brings us to our KOMO Pulse Poll tonight. You can scan the QR code there on your screen to participate. We're asking, what is your main strategy when air quality deteriorates? This is a live look at the results, and you can see 51% here say stay indoors, 25% just suffer through it, 21% close windows, only 3% wear special mask. Again, if you'd like to weigh in, just scan the QR code there on your screen. That'll take you directly to the story on KOMOnews.com. Tonight, investigators say they've arrested the man they believe started the wildfire that's left a trail of destruction across Spokane County. KOMO Steve Solis has the latest on that suspect and the fires burning across eastern Washington. Steve?
So, President, a convicted felon now behind bars accused of starting that devastating wildfire that has destroyed hundreds of homes across Spokane County. Investigators say 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci was arrested tonight on a first-degree arson charge. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says that a witness spotted Farinacci acting nervously in the trees, then saw smoke rising from the same area just minutes later. Deputies questioned Farinacci on Saturday afternoon, the day that fire started, and found him carrying waterproof matches and a butane lighter. At the time, he was released, but after piecing together new evidence, investigators say they developed probable cause that he was kneeling in the grass where the Old Trails fire ignited. That fire exploded through Riverside State Park and into neighborhoods, becoming one of the 3 major fires burning around Spokane. Now, altogether, those fires have scorched more than 10,000 acres, forced roughly 67,000 people to evacuate, and destroyed more than 700 homes and businesses. The destruction has left entire neighborhoods in ruins.
I just feel hurt. I feel lost. Every memory of my children are down there. Every memory of my grandchildren are down there. It's just, right now I just feel empty.
Authorities stress there's no evidence linking Farinacci to the other 2 Spokane area fires. He does remain jailed on a $1 million bond and is expected to be in court for his first appearance tomorrow. There's no word yet on what the cause is for those other 2 Spokane area fires. In studio, I'm Steve Solis.
Thousands of people in eastern Washington have been forced from their homes by the Spokane area wildfires. The American Red Cross is providing shelter, meals, and support to families who need it most. If you'd like to help, you can scan the QR code there on your screen. That'll take you directly to the Red Cross. The fires in Spokane County make up just part of the 15-plus fires burning across the state right now. The largest is still the Kaiser Canyon fire in Okanogan County. It has burned more than 136,000 acres. Containment is up to 38%. The Little Giant fire in Chelan County was first reported 30 miles north of Leavenworth. Now the fire has spread east towards Lake Chelan. Neighborhoods north of Lake Chelan State Park are all under some kind of evacuation order. The fire has now burned more than 59,000 acres and is 0% contained. Stay ahead of the wildfires on KOMOnews.com. Scan the QR code there for a live air quality monitor, the latest wildfire details, road closures and evacuations, plus a photo gallery from the fire lines and communities impacted.